is Television 12 News. Sports with Walt Dunbar. Weather with Dave McLaughlin. And news editor Eric Anderson.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Underwood Jewelers, Jacksonville's oldest quality jewelers. Now, here's Eric Anderson.
The following program is telecast in stereo on TV 12. This is TV 12's Action News Tonight with Mary Stewart, Gary Nelson, Ray Boylan, and Rock Roach.
This is the News on 12 with Marcia Ladendorf and Lee Webb.
Good evening.
WTLV TV 12, Jacksonville. Making good things happen for the First Coast. This is tonight's News on 12 with Marcia Ladendorf, Lee Webb, meteorologist Tim Deegan, and Harmon Wages with sports. WTLV 12, Jacksonville. Thanks to you, the First Coast's fastest growing television news. This is the News on 12 with Lee Webb, Marcia Ladendorf, John Lawrence with sports, and meteorologist Tim Deegan. The news starts now.
The man in the stretcher
from TLV 12, your 24-hour news source, with Lee Webb, Jeannie Blaylock, and meteorologist Tim Deegan. This is First News on 12.
From TLV 12, your 24-hour news source, with Jeannie Blaylock, Steve Abrams, meteorologist Tim Deegan, and Dan Hicken with sports. This is 12 News at 6.
From 12 News, your First Coast news leader. Good morning, Jacksonville, Saturday. From 12 News, your First Coast news leader. This is your First News at 5. With Jeannie Blaylock and Donna Hicken. Phil Amato, Tim Deegan with your first forecast, and Dan Hicken with your Jaguars report. From 12 News, your First Coast news leader. With Jeannie Blaylock, Albert Zipp, Chief Meteorologist Tim Deegan, and Dan Hicken with sports. This is 12 News at 6. 12 News, your First Coast news leader. With Deanna Finney, meteorologist Brad Nitz, and Dan Hicken with Sports Final. This is 12 News at 11. You're watching 12 News, your First Coast news leader. This is Good Morning, Jacksonville. You're watching 12 News, your First Coast news leader. With Jeannie Blaylock, Alan Janae, 12 on your sides, Ken Amaro, Chief Meteorologist Tim Deegan, and Dan Hicken Sports. This is 12 News at 6. Stay up for 12 at 11. 12 minutes of non-stop news, weather, and sports is starting right now. Stay up for 12 at 11. 12 minutes of non-stop news, weather, and sports is starting right now.
Now, the news continues. This is First Coast News at 6.
With the most accurate forecast from the only weather team with 2 storm tracking Doppler radars, this is NBC 12, your First Coast News at 5. With Jeannie Blaylock, Alan Janae, Ken Amaro on your side, and Tim Deegan with your First Coast weather.
Covering your news with the area's largest television news gathering team.
This is NBC 12, your First Coast News at 6. With Jeannie Blaylock, Alan Janae, Ken Amaro on your side, Dan Hickens Sports, and Tim Deegan with your First Coast weather. First in digital, first in high definition. You're watching NBC 12. This is your First Coast News at 11 with Charlene Shirk, Jeff Prosser Sports, and Betsy Kling with your dual Doppler weather. First in digital, first in high definition. You're watching NBC 12. And this is your First Coast News at 11. With Charlene Shirk, Jeff Prosser Sports, and Betsy Kling with your dual Doppler weather. You're watching your news leaders.
Phil Amato.
Donna Hickett.
Tim Deegan.
This is First Coast News at 5:30. You're watching your news leaders.
Jeannie Blaylock.
Shannon Ogden.
Ken Amaro.
Tim Deegan.
This is First Coast News at 5.
Family and friends say.
Now, from your news leader, this is First Coast News at 11 with Victor Blackwell, Pete Cataldo, and meteorologist Dave Venori.
Well, 24 days.
From the Information Center of First Coast News, this is Good Morning Jacksonville. From the Information Center of First Coast News, your news leader. This is First Coast News at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
From the Information Center of First Coast News, this is First Coast News at 5.
Good evening.
From the Information Center of First Coast News, this is First Coast News at 6:30.
Good evening, I'm Deanna Finn.
Studios of NBC 12 and ABC 25. This is Good Morning Jacksonville at 6.
Future, the kids.
From the Information Center at First Coast News, this is First Coast News at noon.
Right now.
This is First Coast News at noon.
Developing right now on First Coast News at noon, the shooting.
Always on your side. This is First Coast News at 6.
And first at 6, new
WTLV NBC 12, a First Coast News station.